Welcome to my cooking video. This is my assistant. No, it is not. It's not clean or following any food guidelines, but it's okay because I'm only cooking for myself. We're going to be making spicy pasta. I made the recipe myself and it doesn't have a name. So, what you're gonna need for this recipe, I should have gotten these ready already. Hold on. For this pasta recipe, you will need a pasta shape of your choice. I think small ones work better for this pasta recipe. I'm using small shells because they're fun to eat. Ginger, minced. You can use the jar or mince it yourself. Either one, whichever you prefer. I'm gonna do this one because I don't want my mom to be mad at me if I use all of this. Gochujang paste, soy sauce, sesame seeds, mayo. I know it's kind of weird, but it's good. I forgot the cheese. A neutral oil, mozzarella cheese in whatever form you prefer. It's gonna melt anyway, so it's okay. Did I already do the soy sauce? Soy sauce. And then some spices. We got ginger, celery seed, white pepper, black pepper, and salt, along with garlic and sesame seeds. Sam, please be quiet. If you would like, you can add, Sam, please be quiet. If you would like, you can add a protein like eggs, tofu, chicken, whatever you want. You would add it in. You would add it in with the sauce and mix it in at the end. So anyway, that's what you're gonna need. That's what you're gonna need for this recipe. So that being said, let's get started. You also need butter, I forgot. I'm gonna start by doing my garlic. This garlic clove is moldy. What the heck? Why do I got moldy garlic? I don't think moldy garlic is safe to eat. Anyway, grab a couple cloves. Measure with your heart. That's how we do things in this house, is with our hearts and our souls. So mince that normally. It's already peeled and stuff, so I don't need to do any of that. I'm gonna throw away this garlic real quick and come back to you. Eating more vegetables is always preferred, so I stole a zucchini. I love zucchini. You can put anything you want in this pasta as an add-on, additive, addition, whatever you want. This is a green onion that I stole. Don't do what I do, tuck your fingers when you cut. So mince up all your veggies. Is garlic a veggie? Whatever. Mince up all your veggies nice and fine. Or, you know, whatever you want. I mean, I don't think you would really want big chunks of, like, stuff, you know? You probably want thinner chunks of stuff. You can use your favorite vegetable. Zucchini is one of my favorite vegetables, which is why I'm using it. Also, it's one of the very few vegetables that we have in our fridge. That being said, though, you also want butter in your pasta. It's optional, but it tastes good. The green onions and sesame seeds are garnish, right? So, you know, you don't actually, I'm kind of high on an energy drink right now, so I'm a little zesty. I can't really articulate my words in the ways that I would like to. You don't need to chop these up nice and uniformly or nice and listen to your heart, basically. This recipe is about following your heart, okay? And if you don't follow your heart, then your recipe won't turn out that good. Don't chop things when you have shaky hands like I do, okay? It's very dangerous. Also, tuck your fingers when you chop. This is one of my favorite knives. Isn't she beautiful? I think she's beautiful. She's very beautiful to me. I'll get back to you when I'm done chopping my veggies. Always make sure you wash your hands when you do a recipe. A good cook always washes their hands. If you don't wash your hands when you cook, you're going to hell. Now, you don't have to put veggies in this if you don't want to. It can totally be pure carbs. That's okay. It's okay to eat pure carbs. Maybe you don't have vegetables in your house. That's fine. So anyway, using a garlic press works as well. But if you don't have a garlic press, that's fine. You can just very carefully mince your garlic. That was a thick piece. It's okay. This knife is a little big for mincing garlic. Not perfectly ideal for what I'm doing right now. Oh wow, this smells nice. Everyone knows that fresh garlic is much better than garlic from a jar. But if all you have is garlic from a jar, then use that. Cooking isn't about being better than anyone. It's about making food that you will enjoy with the ingredients that you have at your disposal. So that's why it's not super important to, no, what the hell? Okay, that was rude. Shh, pretend that didn't happen. I don't really remember where I was going with that, but cooking is about creating and making a dish for yourself and others that you can bond over. So your garlic doesn't need to be that nicely minced either, by the way. We're gonna cook it anyway, so it's fine. But what I'm saying is, cooking is fun. Cooking is for everybody. Anyone can cook, just like Ratatouille said. Which character from Ratatouille said that? It wasn't Remy. Girl, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm not letting Sam up here because cats shouldn't eat garlic. And I know for a fact that that's what he's gonna do if I let him up here. So anyway, hopefully no chefs watch this because that would be embarrassing. I'm not mincing this garlic well. The thing is, even though I'm known as the cooking friend, I'm not like an expert chef or anything, you know? So, but anyway, once that's all done, ooh, look at that, yummy. I'm gonna put this with my zucchini, and then we can start working on our pasta. I spilled this water when I poured it. It's on my shirt now, but that's okay. Anyway, get a small pot. I spilled it again. Fill it with about 2 cups of water. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, I'm sure most of you know how to boil water, right? Boil pasta. You can use any water you like. I guess not any water. Can you tell the Red Bull is hitting me? Oh, that's the hangy thingy. I lied to you, I'm using 3 cups of water. Turn it on a high heat, not the most, because that will damage both your pot and your cooktop stove. Salt your water nice and generously. And then you get to wait patiently. We're gonna let that come to a boil, of course, and moving over here to our other tiny widow pan that we have, we are going to pour a little bit of neutral oil into our pan. You don't need that much. The amount you need is just enough to saute your vegetables and spices. And you can do this one of two ways. Once it heats up, you can do the pour over method and bring out your spices that way, or you can just fry them. Frying is easier and a little bit less scary, but pour over is fun. So turn that on to a medium heat and wait until it's ready to... When you put something wooden in it and it bubbles, that means your oil is ready to use. So that's what we're gonna wait for. While you're waiting for that, we can measure out some of our other saucy ingredients. So you can do, again, measure with your heart, but I usually do, for one person, a heaping teaspoon of gochujang, which is Korean red pepper paste if you're not familiar. I basically put it in everything now because it tastes like heaven. Make sure your hands are clean. But this is how you have to get it off the spoon because it's kind of sticky. And I don't let any of my pets have this because, well, they're white. And I know that they couldn't handle it. We're gonna use this spoon to mix so nothing gets wasted. Go wash your hands. Another optional step is adding a little bit of mirin, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm not going to. Almost dropped my mayo. Add a little bit of mayo in there. Measure with your heart. Once again, mayo is a little bit of a controversial ingredient, but the thing is, it brings out umami flavor in your food. It's literally just eggs and vinegar. That's kind of it in mayonnaise. So I really don't know why it's that controversial. Anyway, add some soy sauce. Again, measure with your heart. We're gonna mix that up in a minute. We're gonna use some pasta water to combine it. So set that off to the side and measure out your pasta. Use however much you would like. This one, the serving size is 2/3 of a cup. So that's what I try to do usually, is 2/3 of a cup. I totally spilled it on the floor just now, but it's okay. Keep in mind that pasta expands like rice does, and it will not be the same size that you poured in. So this is a 1/3 cup measure, and I want 2 of those. So when I pick these shells up off the floor, I'm hungry. I'm smelling the... Stop interrupting. I'm smelling the garlic and it's making me hungry. Anyway, we're setting our pasta off to the side until the water boils. This recipe is all about not being exact because, let's be real, everything is fake. Now, once you're done with your pasta, you can put it away. Wasn't that fun? I'm shaking with hunger. Anyway, pasta We're all done preparing. We just gotta wait now. Playing a waiting game of our oil being ready to heat up. Shh. Ready to heat up, and our water being ready to pour our pasta in there. So, you know, be patient. Fun tip, little tip. Don't talk like that. Fun tip. Garlic is hard to get off your hands because it smells. And my mom bought this thing a while ago. It's stainless steel, and you rub it on your hands when you wash them, and it gets the smell off because science. So I think it would probably work with a similar stainless steel product, you know? Stop it. Don't fight. I'll come back soon. My oil just popped at me and it scared the crap out of me, so it's ready. I'm turning it down to a medium-low heat. Man, that really scared me. Okay. Getting our stuff ready. Gonna get our... Actually, first we're gonna do our vegetables. I need a spatula. Get yourself a spatula. This one's made of rubber. Scared. This is my first time putting veggies in this recipe, and I should have gotten a bigger pan, but that's all right. I'm definitely gonna need a bigger pan, but this smells lovely. Yeah. Okay. Add our spices. This is white pepper. I'm adding a little bit. Ground ginger. Everything is done with your heart in mind, okay? Measure with your heart, not your brain. I love zucchini. Zucchini is great. A little bit of salt, black pepper, celery seed. It's fine, don't worry. What's this stuff called? Sesame seed, my favorite. Sesame seeds add a beautiful nutty flavor to your dish. I think I'm gonna get a bigger pan. This is the only one I have though. That's like small. I don't want to use a big pan. I think we're gonna brown our garlic today. And browning is lightly cooking the surface until it becomes brown. It will be aromatic, and it's not burnt, it's just cooked. Your garlic will be semi-translucent, and your zucchini can be semi-translucent as well. That smells yummy. Anyway, gonna get another pan. Watch your face, Sammy. Get all that oil out of there, because you want that oil. I might have flung some at my camera just now, but don't worry. This pan needs a second to heat up, which is why it's not sizzling anymore. So we're gonna let that vibe for a second, because Sammy, please be quiet. You're really ruining my vibe right now. I'm just kidding, baby, I love you. My pasta water is almost boiling. Yay! I'm gonna put my pasta in there. It's at a nice little simmer right now. I'm gonna wait a second longer. Yum. When you roast and saute your vegetables, you gotta move them around a lot so nothing sticks and burns, you know? Because that would be bad. I'm gonna wipe that off and then give my pasta a stir with the same spoon because I don't like doing dishes. Actually, I do, but I don't want to get any more because wasteful. Now that that's going, I'm gonna take my 1/3 cup measure. I'm gonna steal a little bit of pasta water. I'm gonna snag it for that starch. I didn't use a full 1/3 cup, by the way, but I'm pouring that into my little sauce mixture. There's chocolate chip cookies, which is one of my specialties. Those were accidentally created by someone who didn't really know basic chemistry. And I guess no one had ever put chocolate chips in cookies before because they thought that they would melt and make chocolate cookies because that's what they were known for. But they ran out of cocoa powder, so they used chocolate chips thinking, hey, this is like basically the same thing, right? But it wasn't. And they got chocolate chip cookies instead, and they were like, okay, then I guess that's fine. Anyway, pour your sauce in with your vegetables. Make sure you scrape down the sides. This is why I like using a rubber spatula because, you know, you can get every last drop out of there. And that's what I like doing. Haha, yummy. It's kind of like tomato-based sauce, but like better because it's pepper-based instead. I flung a piece of zucchini onto the other burner, but it's fine. Now this smells lovely. This smells good. Okay. Let that vibe for a sec. And you can clean up a little bit. Bowls, pans. Always make sure to do your dishes. I'm gonna rinse off this spoon and grab some butter to put in my sauce. Adding butter to your sauce will add a nice richness, some creaminess. Also, butter tastes good, so put some of that in there. Our pasta's looking good. It's still boiling over there. Love it. This sauce is going to thicken a little bit more eventually. And if you feel like you didn't add enough gochujang, you can add more. Oh, my butter's gone. Funny. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's almost gone. And now it's gone. Okay. Continue stir frying this. I guess you're not really stir frying anymore, huh? Well, continue. Just keep an eye on this. Ooh, it's starting to simmer. How wonderful. If you feel your sauce is a bit too thick, you can steal a little bit more pasta water from your pasta that's boiling right now and put it in. I am so hungry. Anyway, grab yourself some mozzarella cheese. This is what brings it over the top for me. And plop it in. You've heard me say this before, but measure with your heart. Measure with your heart, not your brain. Yeah. And it's gonna melt in there. Shredded cheese has a harder time melting because it has an agent in it that makes it keep that string shape. So it takes a little bit longer to melt. Nice and like, you know, I should have scripted this. But anyway, I don't use that much cheese, but you could if you wanted to. I think you could also like cook an egg in here and that'd be really good. Should I cook an egg in here? No, I already have zucchini. I'm good. Fiber intake, am I right? Eggs? My old teacher used to call eggs protein bombs because they are just so high in protein. They have about 5.5 grams of protein per egg, which is pretty good for something so small. And also eggs are great, so you can eat like a lot of them in a short amount of time and get a good amount of protein in there. And you can eat them for breakfast too. They have cholesterol, but that's not really something I worry about that much. I don't really know anyone that's actually worried about cholesterol except for old people. So really, I wouldn't worry about it too much. And, you know, worrying about how much fat or sugar is in something, it's not productive, so don't worry. Our diet culture in the United States has told us that sugar and fat equals bad, but that's not necessarily true. Those are both carbs, and they are the most important, like, unit of energy that our body has, which means that it's important that you have them. Nothing is good too much, of course, and that goes for everything, not just sugars and fats, so don't worry. This is still on a medium-low heat. My cheese has almost completely melted, but not quite, and that's okay. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer. And I'm gonna check on my pasta. Here's a wooden spoon. I like using wooden spoons for making pasta. Let's check if it's done. It was hot. It burned me. That's to be expected, of course, if you're a dumbass. Oh, wait, there's a shell on the back of this spoon. I'm gonna take it. Since we're going to be cooking it in the sauce a little bit more, I would recommend cooking it a little bit less than completely done. So that way it doesn't get too mushy, unless of course you like mushy pasta, in which case go for it. But I'm gonna grab a cloth because this is a cast iron pan. I'm gonna carry it over to the sink. And we're going to strain it. Ow. You can use a small strainer or a colander if you have it. Is that still hot? Yep, that's still hot. You can't really see what I'm doing. Oh, my dog is so cute. You don't want no water in your pasta. You can snag a little bit of pasta water at this step if you would like to. But it's not a requirement, of course. And good sound. Plunk that back into your pot. Now we're coming back over to the stove where our sauce has been chilling. We're going to pour our pasta. Oh, God, I missed some. I'm gonna pour that pasta into the sauce. You could also pour the sauce into your pot, but I feel like it's easier to do this. So now mix around your pasta, fold it in nice and swell, add more cheese if you like, add more of anything if you like. You can put your own twists on this recipe because like this is the sauce is kind of a recipe that I stole from somewhere else and added my own twists to. And cooking is all about exploration and experimenting. Lovely. You can add sriracha if you want it to be spicier. You can add chili oil if you want it to be spicier, or gochujang if you want it to be spicier. Some people don't find gochujang that spicy. I'm white. I find it a little spicy, although it might also depend on the brand. Look at that stringy goodness. Oh my goodness, how beautiful, right? Congratulations, you just made some pasta. All by yourself? With just a few easy steps? All by yourself with just a few easy steps. You can get a bowl now and plate your pasta. Try not to miss. Then as a garnish, you can add green onions, you can add chives, sesame seeds, more cheese, a fried egg. Sam, please be quiet. Basically, do whatever you want. What's important is that you made food and had fun, and we got to bond, me and you. So, I'm topping mine with sesame seeds because I like the nutty flavor that they provide. And you can eat it with a fork or a spoon. I'm choosing a spoon. Oh, I already have a spoon, how lucky. I'm choosing a spoon because it's the type of noodle that makes it, you know, like... Anyway, don't forget to clean up. I love you, goodbye.